Okay, I think we're working. Okay, so I did just hear that you apparently have to do Oswald's intro chapters, chapters 1 and 2, one after the other. So, so I'm thinking it might actually be a better idea to pick up the two who are a little more individual, and then do that, and so that I don't burn out on him immediately. So let's see if we can find Kari. Another day. I do have a podcast on at the moment, and I hope it's not being picked up by the stream. I don't think it is. It should be coming from Firefox, which I don't think is going through. I know I'm the source that OBS is picking up. Ocean Lizardman the Third.
This will make it all right. My turn. Afraid of the dark. Open book.
Cool.
My prey away.
That was not it.
Very well. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Sometimes enemies are weak to both sides of an elemental.
Cleaning
spectrum.
time. Afraid of the dark. Prepare yourself. My turn. Right.
Okay. Right.
Very well.
Does that mean he doesn't have any elemental weaknesses?
You won't believe.
Okay.
Ready? Watch me. Playtime's over.
Probably don't
Afraid
need.
of the dark.
Yeah.
My turn.
On the other hand,
Sorry, but I won't hold back.
well, there's this guy.
Afraid of the dark.
Where was I?
Bonk.
Here I go. I extend a helping hand. Time for your medicine.
Oh, that's creepy when her eyes
I
glow.
am in your debt.
Here we go.
What is? Right. She has beast mode.
That's my quarry. All right.
did I not pick that up the first time I came through here?
Are you my next patient?
My turn.
I like that this sword of hers is a
Heavy-footed, aren't
scimitar.
Right. Huh? There.
Ah, man.
To work. Holy light, illuminate the darkness. Yeah.
Well now.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
You won't get to use your
Here we
speakers.
go. Thunderbird.
Really?
What to do?
Water not weak.
You're too kind.
And they're fucked up. Oh,
Well
rude.
now. Naughty deeds earn you bitter medicine. My prey awaits. Yeah.
My turn.
You're a stalwart ally, Brony. This'll cool you down.
Oh dear. There. To work. Repent. Holy light, illuminate the darkness. May the sacred flame guide you, or something like that.
Okay. Further west.
The hunt is on. My
What is with
prey awaits.
all of these new creepy fish creatures?
Akala! Got it! Here I go. This'll cool you down. This will hurt.
My turn. Afraid of the dark? Prepare yourself.
Whoa, Brody. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Nice.
A fine blow, Temenos. This'll cool you down. It has to be done.
Oh dear. You won't believe. Fighting is not what I do.
But I am very good at whacking things over the head with a giant staff. I really like how, like, ungraceful it looks. He's just, like, rearing back.
The hunt is on.
These are so good.
Here we go.
I should also try to capture these, probably.
Ready?
Nice.
Bravo, Brody. Atone for your sin. You won't be that.
Well now. This'll cool you down.
What to do?
There!
To work. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Let's go! Mine now! Here I go. Here we
Axes
go!
after dagger. Okay. Good to know.
Time to finish this!
Cleaning time.
Oh dear. Goodness. What a tantrum that was.
Let's play.
Why are there so many new, awful sea creatures?
Ready? Heavy-footed, aren't you?
Here I go. My prey awaits.
Very well.
Nice.
Ready?
What to do? Right. Yeah.
To work. Take that!
Sorry, but I won't hold back. Let's go.
Big shell, weak against sword. Wouldn't have expected.
And now. Here I go. No mercy, only kill. Forgive me.
Do be gentle.
Well now.
Blue betas? Oh no.
Very
Betas are
well.
lovely. I don't want to beat them up.
Ready?
Here we go. Open your eyes.
So sorry. Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
What to do?
There. Perfect, Throne. Akala.
Oh my god, I forgot she
Now
had that.
let's
That's
have some
awesome. I wonder if she has to be the one to deal the final blow. That. Where would that be? That's some. It'll be under her animals, right? Yeah, it sounds like it's If Ocha gets the kill specifically. Okay. Ooh. Speed. Reduce physical. Black hole trap.
Time to clean up the filth.
Let's go!
Oh, some enemies with some old weaknesses that I remember.
Come on, then!
Ready?
Heavy-footed, aren't you? Well, now. This will teach you.
Nope. Okay.
Oh dear. Come, little lamb.
Right! Thunderbird!
Cleaning time.
Eat this! Here I go. This'll cool you down.
Where was I?
Sorry.
You won't be needing that.
Buddy, I didn't summon you to do
What to
little
do?
dagger attacks. Especially since dagger attacks do not.
Heavy-footed, aren't you?
I take what I want.
Hunt or be hunted! Let's go!
Cleaning time.
Whoa, whoa, Brody. Come, little lamb.
My turn.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Ready?
Okay. Didn't even do anything.
Let's go. Mine now. What to do? What to do?
Where was I? Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
What to do?
Playtime is over.
I take what I want.
Okay.
Let's play.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Okay.
Let's go. Akala. Got it.
Ready?
I guess you say.
You're too kind.
My turn. Let's go. Go on then.
Cleaning time.
To work. Ah! You won't believe.
What to do? What to do? This'll cool you down. Here we go. Wahoo! Thunderbirdie!
Where's that?
I'm hungry.
Alrighty.
No!
You there! Out of the way!
Curious to see how this plays out.
I think not. Lay down your swords.
Shut your trap. This
Nothing
useless
about
lowborn
Hikaru
served us
really
rotten
jumped out at
food.
me.
He needs to learn that his
The materials
incompetence
just
has
seem like a pretty
consequences.
generic noble samurai archetype, but
Fools.
I'm willing to bet this game will do something. Subvert it. What if I just walked away though?
You'll turn tail and run if you know what's good for you.
Do be gentle.
My turn.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Right. Go on then.
Grab them all!
What to do? What to do?
Too slow. Cleaning time.
You're too kind. Let's go! Go on, then! My turn. Huh, this will hurt.
Very well.
Step before or after axe? Can't tell.
My turn. And so it goes.
Whoa!
You. Is everyone okay? You're safe now. You should return to your homes. Thank you for the help. You can call me Hikari. I'm on the cusp of a journey, one to seek out my erstwhile allies. Are you a traveler as well?
An Octopath traveler,
There's a fine
perhaps?
display back there. I'd like to accompany you, if you'll have me. Well? Good, good. It seems my sword won't be left to rust after all.
Let's see what you're about.
Are you praying, Hikari? Don't waste your breath. If you're going to pray, pray for the ones fighting for their lives, not those already in the dirt.
I didn't come here to pray. I came here to remember. To remember the friends who gave their lives on the altar of our mission. Today, I fight for them.
It's time, my prince.
Oh, I saw prance.
Then let's join the fray, Ritsu.
Oh, right down here, okay.
Don't soil your britches, Hikari.
I would worry about yourself.
My name will be remembered by history. I'll etch it upon the heavens themselves. I won't die in a hellhole like this.
Well said, Ritsu. Let us press on, for the glory of Ku! My turn.
Ooh.
My blade sings. Who's next?
It's my turn.
I'll cut you down.
Pathetic.
I like that they're much more willing to incorporate guest characters like in as actual party members this time, as opposed to just the guided characters.
Prince Hikari's display has put the fear of death into them. Now for the finishing touch.
Our time has come at last. Clan Ku shall rise from the desert as its ruler.
General Mugen, you lead the
Ooh,
pride
clan,
of
huh? That's really what you're going
the
with.
nation of Ku's fiercest soldiers.
That's really what you went
alive
with.
back. Become the Tempest and scatter those southern dogs to the winds. The Sen shall wait for the time to strike, then follow in your wake and scour the field. And when the fury of the storm subsides, our enemies will be smothered and buried.
A brilliant strategy as always, Kazan. Your keen eyes see the battlefield as none other, Eagle of Ku.
May you have luck on the battlefield.
Luck has no place here. Only strength reigns supreme. And the mighty
Never played a
shall
Fire
build
Emblem,
their
have you?
castles upon the corpses of the weak. Cut them to ribbons. Bring the fury of the desert upon them. Now, you southern worms shall know the vast gulf between our strengths.
He's inhuman! The Scarlet Demon of Ku! General Mugen!
Ageha!
Hit my mic.
Aye.
Does your will to live burn so faintly, curs? Raise your weapons or be trampled beneath me!
Ooh! I love it when little townspeople, little speech bubbles pop up while running around normally.
Captain Saji!
Eyes forward, Hikari. Keep going. Steel yourself.
Are you hurt, Hikari?
I don't know who you are, but I love you already.
The noble sands of Ku dance at your back, and they know no fear. Not a single enemy shall pass through our storm.
Raimei, stay close to me. Keep moving. Now it begins.
Hikari does have a spear, okay. Right, of course he does. He's the warrior. Warrior head spears.
Allow me.
I don't know how moderately powerful that was.
It's my turn. I'll cut you down.
What's our plan of attack? Scatter before me! My spear shall strike true!
Stay down. Your fate was sealed the moment you stood against us.
Ritsu, wait! We've won. There's no need for further bloodshed.
Hikari. Ah, here we are.
It's the enemy general. Now to prove your mettle, Hikari.
I shall honor the memory of my fallen allies. My blade will not waver.
Now you pay the price for your tyranny, bastards of Ku!
It's time to finish this. Come. I'll accept only victory.
Big boys!
It's my turn. I'll cut you down.
What's our plan of attack?
Lots of AoE.
Here I come.
Then... Okay, right, yeah, Spear did not.
My blade saves. Now it
Cool.
begins. My blade sings.
Oh, baby.
Scatter before me!
I'll cut you down. It's my turn.
Murder.
I'll cut you down.
Now, I fight for my friends.
Oh! Increases the chance of
I'll
critical.
end this.
With each boost level. That's cool.
Allow me. For the pride of Ku.
The enemy control point is open.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
No. We won't. We won't leave the desert in your clutches. The accursed clan must be...
Do you want to hang out and talk in Discord, Careless? Is that curiosity? You've already done Hikaru, right?
Brother.
Brother!
Whelp.
Okay, I'll hop in there.
Show sim.
After all tapping out. Sick. Yep. Right up.
Sympathy to the enemy, and you
Okay.
tarnish the name Ku in the process. The enemy general is slain. Victory is ours! Your Majesty.
Today's glory was paid for with the blood of many. But victory is ever an occasion for celebration, Mugen, Hikari. Our enemies have been put to heel, their forces crushed under our might. The nation of Ku shall know prosperity untold.
Your Majesty.
Hikari, I tire of this heat.
Brother, what was the enemy general speaking of? He called us the accursed clan. Is it true? Are we?
Put it out of your mind. A half-blood like you needn't worry about such things.
Can you hear it too? That voice?
General Mugen, go with glory. It was your sword that cut the path to victory.
You fought fiercely this day. What is your name?
It's Ritsu Mishuyo, my lord.
Compassion has no place in Ku, Hikari. You are unfit to stand among us.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Your brother's wrong, you know. We wouldn't have made it to the enemy general without you.
You don't need to flatter me. I didn't do it alone.
How long have we known each other? And not once have I bested you at swordplay. You may be the prince, aye, but it was by dint of strength that you were made captain. It's all a low-born urchin like me could hope for, to simply be allowed in your presence.
Don't be ridiculous, Ritsu. You'll always have a place by my side.
Is that so? I'll try to keep up then. You can count on it.
We live to fight another day, it seems. The battle was long and trying. Let us dedicate this victory to the countrymen we lost today.
It was an honor to have you with me, Rai Mei.
House Mei is the spear of Ku. We are to be wielded against its enemies.
Oh, may I be welcomed among this vaunted company?
Everybody's here for your birthday.
Of course, Kazan. Without your cunning strategy, we may have very well been buried under the sands.
Victory is the sweetest libation. Or so they say. I wager tonight's drink shall be sweet indeed.
We can't toast yet, Kazan. The road ahead will be long and fraught with battle. Drinks will have to wait.
If you insist, my prince. I see war has only tempered your commitment to duty. Still, promise me that when our conflicts are behind us, we'll raise glasses in celebration.
Consider it done.
No one makes a promise like that and survives to the end. See? See?
Lord Hikari, working up a sweat today, I see. If we didn't say anything, I reckon you'd train until the sunset.
I'd be glad to. It's a sign that peace yet prevails.
Can't argue with that.
Lord Hikari, think you could teach me how to swing a sword like you do?
If you wish. That may be merely a piece of wood, but don't think you'll have any mercy.
Huh?
Your stance isn't bad. Now bring in your arms.
Hey, Lord Hikari. My Brooklyn accent is giving me strength.
You should stop this, my lord. Were you seen teaching sword work to this manner of folk?
This manner of folk. They're my friends.
They're not your friends, my prince. They're lowborns who scavenge for rotten food. They're a stain on our nation.
They are citizens of Ku, not unlike yourself, and you will show them the respect they deserve.
Apologies, my lord.
That'll teach you to talk back to our lord. Thank you, Lord Hikari.
We haven't had a lord that looks out for us like that before.
No thanks are needed. All citizens of our nation deserve equal respect.
It's almost like that can't happen in a
Lord Hikari.
monarchical society. I mean, what?
What is it, Suki?
A brawl has broken out at the tavern. It's one of Lord Mugen's men. He's out of control.
Understood. Let us be on our way.
I'm going to stop buying equipment. I feel like I always find an upgrade before the boss of the chapter. I feel like I didn't for Casti, and that was why I was doing it with the others, but...
Do you know who I am? I'm a captain, appointed by Lord Mugen himself.
Do you know who I am?
The wars have been over for years. That armor won't earn you any special treatment around here.
Is this the rowdy customer?
Lord Hikari, you're just in time.
So this is where you've been since you were driven from the castle, huh?
Driven? Oh.
Prince Hikari, consorting with lowlifes. Suppose that's what happens when your family forsakes you.
You've got some nerve.
The king grows weak, his mind frail. He can barely lift his sword. It won't be long until General Mugen assumes the throne. So you better fill my cup if you know what's good for you. In the name of the future king.
I think you've had quite enough.
One second. Capture device. There we go. It's a cat. It's a kitty cat. She's arrived, and she's been cuddly. So, thought it'd be nice to have her. Have her in sight. Okay. I challenge you.
If it's a brawl you want, I'll be your opponent.
No, duel. Hikari, duel.
You've drawn your sword. Now be prepared for the consequences. On your guard. Here I come. My blade sings.
That seems extremely good against single opponents. 9 SP is not nothing though.
How's this?
Get dunked.
There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my soul.
By the Tempest.
Now, leave. I won't ask again.
Oh, that is really cool. Sure, yeah.
That's our lord.
Apologies for the mess. Drink in peace.
Lord Hikari, thank you.
You needn't thank me. It is my duty.
We're blessed that you were appointed to watch over our town. There's been more smiles all around ever since.
It's been too long, Your Highness.
Hello.
Hey.
Ooh, I should mute the stream.
Is that
yes.
you? I can't remember the last
you
time you
should share the
visited
stream.
alone.
Yes. Let me do that real quick. Discord. Share. Stream. Octopath. Oh, when did they add 1440p streaming to Discord?
I don't know. I don't know.
My prince,
You know?
I must ask that you visit me at the Western Keep. I can say no more. All will be explained upon your arrival.
What you up to?
Very well. I won't be long.
I was catching up
Thank
on a
you,
bunch of
my
things in
prince.
FF14
I will
that I haven't
await
done
you
in a
there.
week.
Mm-hmm.
And testing my thing, my app.
Cool. Is
I
it
have.
still looking?
There's a few things.
What was the final thing? What final update that you pushed?
The most recent update?
Yeah. Well, you said last night finished it off.
Oh, I made it so that you could mark which ones you had done and choose to hide the ones that you were done.
Oh, nice.
No, just a few. I actually made myself a long laundry list of things that I still want to do.
Cool.
Like the time windows don't update dynamically, so like you have to hit refresh on the page. I want to fix that. It's the logic I have to make sure that it doesn't display a window that is already done has some bugs in it that I need to work out.
Okay.
I don't like how it shows the window. I want to fix that up.
Your Majesty.
I think after I fix that up, I'm just gonna watch the plot for a second.
Why have you left the castle? I would have come if called.
Would you?
This is the only place where we would not be heard. Hikari, I have devoted my life to expanding our borders.
I don't know.
Many a dawn has been stained crimson by my ambition. Now, at the end of that path, I realize that it has
I am
all
90
led to
years old and
nothing.
only now realized I wasted my entire life on violence. Damn. Fucked up.
Being old and realizing you spent your entire life on violence sounds like a your family thing.
What do you want for our nation?
Friends. Allies.
Countrymen.
Friends
Let
that will
me
grow
hear
together
yours.
with us. Allies that hold the same
that's
ideas as us.
disgusting.
With that, we could
I think
realize
that's
a
one of
world
my favorite
without
Mel Brooks
conflict,
jokes.
without bloodshed.
I charged you with overseeing the city, so that I could take your measure, Hikari. And I do not find you lacking in the least. You've brought joy to the people, community. Hikari, I want you to be the next king of Ku.
Your
The next Ku Clan king.
Yeah! Ku Clan!
not
That's really what they went with.
He is consumed by the same ambition that led me astray. He would see the world kneel before him.
At least it's not
Everyone
actually...
be judged as naughty.
There
At
is
least
a plot
it's not
stirring among his troops.
spelled with a K?
We must
That
act
is true.
with haste.
My joke yesterday did make it a K to make it worse
shall make
intentionally.
the proper arrangements and do what I can to keep Mugen's machinations at bay. Please consider what is at stake, Hikari.
Father.
And keeping his machinations at bay works, and that's why this is just a one-chapter plot.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. They really shook it up in Octopath Traveler 2.
I too hope that you will take up the mantle of king, Lord Hikari.
King? Me? Father spoke of a plot among Mugen's troops.
Mugen is the name of, like,
What is he planning? I
an
need to get
open
to the bottom
source
of
fighting
this.
game engine or something that people have been messing
Someone in the
around with
city
for like
must know
25
something.
years.
Secrets have a
But
way
that's
of
what's throwing
revealing
me off
themselves.
about him. I guess for you it's the robot Santa.
Oh, is that yeah? Is that the Street Fighter thing where like the engine they made to play Street Fighter Online in emulators that then they built games off of?
Maybe. I don't know if it was specifically for Street Fighter Online, but you know, definitely every meme character possible has been imported into it.
I might be thinking something else. There's like a protocol. This is separately interesting, so I'm just gonna say it for a second. There's something where like, I'll see if I can Google it and get some facts. But my memory is that like, some people wanted to play, yeah, some people wanted to play like Street Fighter for the SNES on emulator online. But like the default things built into most emulators had too much lag to be effective. So they like developed a new protocol for doing that. And that's where it built. And like that's been around for a while, but then a lot of games are like built on that protocol that are real games. And I like that what was that game? The stupid paddleball one. Lethal League. Like Lethal League was based on that.
Oh, that would make sense. Lethal League is basically a fighting game.
Not stupid as in bad, stupid as in silly.
Yes. No, Lethal League slaps. I wish I ever had the chance to play with people other than you. That could be the same thing. I am not familiar enough to know it beyond it showing up in my YouTube recommendations 10 years ago. And seeing meme characters like
a merchant flourishing in the shadow of the castle.
Oh god, who were the meme characters 10 years ago?
If anyone can tell me what goes on inside its walls,
hole.
surely it would be him. Although I can't expect his information to come for free.
But I am royalty, so I am rich. Yeah, that's actually it. Okay.
Screw the etiquette, I have money.
It's like, I haven't, like, I'm sort of having trouble keeping all of the path actions straight between the fact that everyone has two and they're all shuffled up from what I memorized them from the first game.
If it makes it any easier, everyone's day action is right for the job they had. It's their night action that changes.
Okay.
So his day action is dueling. Oh, you actually missed an opportunity. When we did this and Tsubame had you go to the bar, we dueled everyone in the bar except the guy first, starting with Tsubame.
Starting to collect their skills
yes.
and stuff. Nice. Yeah.
So, like, Tsubame is like, could you please help us? And the first thing we did was just beat the crap out of her.
I'd like to know what's going on at the castle.
She's probably
Have you heard anything during one of your
She's ready to throw down.
Ah, the young prince. I believe I can be of service. However,
the name was
I'll
Suki,
have you know that
but
it comes at no small
you're right.
risk to my person.
Was looking at a different.
Yeah, you might
You'll
be
be
thinking of
fairly
Tsubame from the Ninja Quest in 14.
I'm actually thinking of Tsubame from
Our Lord knows well
Love is
the ways
War.
of the world.
The anime that Elise and I just finished.
Okay,
I've
fair enough.
heard that unusually large shipments of weapons have been delivered
Suki,
to
you're
the
right.
castle as of late. Soldiers get chatty during long watches, you see. They say General Mugen meets with this arms merchant upon the crest of heroes. Mugen may be stoking the embers of war.
So father was right. I have to ask him myself, look Mugen in the eye. If that merchant's words hold any salt,
You haven't done
I'll
the
find
samurai
him the
quests
crest of
in
heroes.
14.
Not all of them, no.
Okay.
Like in the 60s.
I have a lot of problems with the 60 to 70 line, but and people say not to excuse how it's written because it's not written very well, but it is based off of like old samurai movie tropes and all of those styles. I'm sort of wondering if a similar thing is going to play out here with Hikari of Ku.
Isn't like the whole Cloud Sephiroth aesthetic also based off of those old things? Oh no, that's based off of like an actual Japanese like story, not.
Maybe, yeah.
No, the Japanese tropes are weird because they started as spaghetti Western tropes.
Mm-hmm. And they got imported into yeah.
So the whole very you in the West playing this story that is based on an Asian trope that's based on a Western trope.
So yeah, so you're saying that in an alternate universe, Hikari is a cowboy.
On a steel horse he rides.
Stand aside or fight. Prepare yourself.
That's not like good bow and arrow like
Now
posture.
it begins.
No.
Allow me. I still have much to learn.
Okay, so someone didn't like playtest the audio cues if you challenge someone during the day, because he often ends the fight saying, "I still have much to learn," and then the cue for beating someone in a duel is often, "You still have much to learn." And having the two back to back is like not. It's already happened maybe 6 times in our playthrough, and it's getting there as far as jarring, annoying things go.
Time to strike. Prepare. I'm sorry.
They could have been like
My turn.
functioning as intended.
There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my soul.
Like, I don't know. We'd have to pay him to record more lines.
We recorded you, we recorded I, and we recorded have much to learn.
Every single one of his lines is taken from those phonemes, just rearranged a whole bunch.
They actually had to do a lot of like pitch shifting to get him to say brother.
Your opponent. Here I come. My blade sings. My turn. My blade sings. Now it begins. My spear does not err. My turn.
The speed of the stream is not consistent, which is interesting.
Really? That's weird. I haven't dropped any frames or anything.
I think it's showing every frame, as far as I can tell. It's just during the fights when a lot's going on, sometimes the stream slows down. But it doesn't on the Discord stream, which is...
Yeah, hopefully not on the
instead the quality
either, yeah. How close is he to leveling? Raise your physical attack. Nullify all positive status effects on the single level. Then unleash a sword attack. The more you nullify, the more potent the attack. Holy shit, that sounds amazing.
I'm a little concerned because every job feels a little bit more overpowered than it did in the last game, and that means they probably scaled up the difficulty to match.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yesterday, Mickey said his big problem with the game balance was that, or with the boss fights, was that it boiled down to the same strategy, which was max boost Haunted and use her ultimate attack. So maybe
Some of them
that's
more
for
difficult.
the good thing. Yeah.
Some of them more. There also is a lot of make it yourself invincible using. I forget the trader's name.
Tressa. Yes.
Tressa, yeah. Using Tressa to make yourself completely invincible was another piece of it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with one of the yeah, I'll go for innovating slash. Especially with one of the super jobs that let her spread that buff to the whole party. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a buff that made so that there was one buff that made it so that like the next magic attack or a few magic attacks would do nothing. Another one that made it so that the next physical attack would do nothing, and Rune Master had both of those. And Tressa could make it hit the party all at once. The only monsters that were difficult were the ones that could wipe positive status effects.
My blade sings. Now!
This is actually not a great situation.
It's over.
Good thing you got that kill, though.
It can't be.
Hi.
Hi. I did just save at that save point, right?
You did.
No, I didn't. Fuck me.
No.
Yeah, he's back at level 4. My bad.
I shall be your opponent.
Maybe I should have gotten a little
Prepare
bit
yourself.
of equipment.
Time to strike. My. How's this? Good. I still have much to learn.
You still have much to learn.
I still have much to learn.
Much learning must be done.
All around, really.
A learning involved event must happen.
Here I come.
God, this is starting to sound like corporate
My blade
speech.
sings.
Like you're giving a presentation to your investor board.
Now it. My blade sings. Prepare yourself. Here. I'm sorry.
So in the first game, I wasn't sure. I wasn't ever sure that breaking an enemy
There's no need for
immediately
flattery. It'll rust us.
broke their defenses, or if it didn't, or if that didn't take effect until the next turn or the next action, at least.
I believe it did, but I think you're. What were you about to say?
In this game, if it does happen immediately, it's much, and that's the same as the first game. It's much more obvious because I've noticed
Now it begins.
attacks like when I do multiple physical attacks, the ones after the break
My
end up doing a lot more damage.
Time to strike.
That jives with my understanding. I thought the first game worked the same way, but I agree that it was less obvious. The thing that
Allow me.
at least keeps correcting me on, or that actually looked up and proved, was that using the vulnerability after
Now
an
it
enemy is
begins.
broken is not required.
Yeah, they're just sort of immensely weak to everything.
Yeah. So you should just do whatever your strongest attacks happen to be.
Now it
Which
begins.
has probably carried over to this.
It did.
For the pride of Ku.
Though she was saying that the mobile game actually there is a bonus to, or there's a perk to using the weakness when broken. The mobile game sounds like it had some quality of life improvements that did not get carried over and probably should have. Notably, the map in the lower right actually showing the terrain.
Well, it's also because of the design of that. I played that for like a day, but I remember the map. The map showed the lines you could walk along.
Yeah.
Which also, like, one of my few points of criticism with the first game. Like, I love the first game to bits and forgive it for a lot of the things that a lot of people find faults with, but I did think the first game's maps weren't particularly interesting. So I feel like so far, twos have been a lot more. Oh! These motherfuckers again.
Did you want to save, or...?
My blade sings. Now!
I did, yes.
Okay.
My spear does not err. My turn.
Being a little more aggressive and
Now
taking
it
down
begins.
at least one enemy too.
How's this? Prepare yourself. There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
There. I should probably at least... His defenses were the big problem with those ants.
There's no one here. I suppose I'll wait a while longer. If the rumors of Mugen's ambitions are true, then he must be stopped.
Oh, we're gonna get some spicy royal intrigue. Is he pitting brother against brother? That would be a nice twist, instead of just having the brother be straight up evil from the beginning.
You called upon me, Your Majesty.
With a voice like that.
For centuries has the sword of our clan struck down our foes. Their blood has stained the desert red, and our nation has become great in turn.
Again.
Glory
Again.
through sacrifice. Such are the words that guide Clan Ku.
The Ku clan.
Mugen, I ask you,
Can, like,
what do you
imagine
want for our
the
nation?
voice actor reading that and also go...
Friends, allies.
and also going,
Strong
like,
and herd the droves of
wow, that's really what they went with, huh?
Such is the way of the world. Strength reigns supreme, always.
I did look up this voice actor. I'm a little uncomfortable at how white he is.
Mugen,
Yeah.
my son.
I was curious how many of
I
these people
called you
were
here to
actually,
discuss succession of the throne.
if not necessarily Japanese.
I know.
They are in the
You've come
Japanese
to a decision.
voiceover, though.
Obviously, yes.
Abdicate to my brother to give Hikari your crown.
What?
Is he wearing a crown? I don't know what I'm looking at with this one.
Frail, as is the nation.
It may be a metaphorical crown.
That's
But
allowed.
worry
But...
not.
Yeah.
By my hand shall its glory be
And-
restored. Its strength.
There's definitely a headpiece of some kind.
But yeah, no, Mugen, evil from the start.
Okay. And
It's been too long.
no
Hikari.
further twist where the king was the mastermind
In
behind
case
that
you
as
were
well.
wondering, you can call me Captain now. To
Oh,
think,
Aren't they
I
the same
once
rank
looked up
then?
to you. Now fate seems to have
I don't
brought
know,
you
what
along.
is a prince in the military?
What are you
I
doing?
thought he was separately a captain, and the same way that Mugen is
You were
separately a
expecting
general.
Someone else?
Maybe.
Lord Mugen, perhaps.
Oh,
And
he's gonna
this
have to fight his
bronze
friend.
merchant?
Like certain
It was
other
a trap.
characters in this game.
One you were all too eager to walk into.
Oh, this is
The
gonna get
king
sad.
is dead, and the era of Lord Mugen begins.
Oh! Oh, city's on fire.
Yeah, so when I first saw that city, I was joking, especially after having played Sekiro more recently. Like, this looks like the kind of scape that always ends up on fire.
already.
And Delise had already done this chapter and was just like, yeah,
Let me pass, Ritsu.
While you were fritting your time away with commoners, greater men were taking action. Our nation cries out for change, and Lord Mugen will bring it. I'm sad to say, you have no place in his
Okay.
coup.
He's slightly more
You'll
unrepentant
die
than certain other bosses. I don't know if you've played the relevant character yet, so...
Gotten into you,
I don't
Ritsu.
think so.
I have to follow the strongest. I told you history would remember my name. Lord Mugen has
I think we've
promised me
largely
it
done
will echo through
opposites.
generations.
We've done Casti,
present him with your
Hikari,
I'll be granted a place by his side.
I forget the huntress's name.
Ochet.
Ochet, and we're working on Oswald now.
So you see,
Of course,
it's
this battle
nothing
intro theme
personal,
is
Hikari.
samurai flavored.
I must protect my people. So I say once more, and once more only. Let me pass.
That's the spirit. Time to claim your spot on this hill.
Okay, but he like really often says, "Let me pass" or "Fight me." There's in some variation. Also, big boy.
Big boy. Whew, okay.
My blade sings. I've got you. Prepare yourself. My spear does not err.
It scared me the first time I saw one of the big boss fights move.
My turn. My blade sings. Now it begins. My spear does not err.
Oh, I am out of SP already.
My turn. Now it begins. I'm sorry. Prepare yourself.
Okay.
I need this. Now it begins.
Look well, Hikari.
My turn. Not this time.
Now I claim my place.
Now it begins. I need this.
Is this a plum?
You're dead.
Here I come.
Okay, boosting that does increase the number of times it attacks.
My blade sings.
Ah.
Now it begins.
But it did randomly hit the same guy 4 times.
Well,
I
3.
know.
It missed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It randomly targeted him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, out of my way, Ritsu.
Ooh, a specialized max boosted line.
My spear does not err.
Yeah, I think they're also like that. It does a special graphic
Now
at
it
max boosting
begins.
for a lot of powers.
My blade sings. Prepare
Yeah, I think there are a
yourself.
lot more like unique interactions
Hmm.
that the first game didn't have, which is very cool.
Allow me. Time to strike.
Ari keeps talking to Ochette during
Here I
fights
come.
and like
Out of
not
my way,
Casty.
Ritsu. How's this?
Man, your SP's kind of shit.
Fight dirty. The city burns. I must help.
Don't let their screams distract you, Hikari. You never did take me seriously. But I'll show you how far I've come. If you want to save them, you'll have to cut through me first.
Leave me no choice.
How far I'm human. I think I can use the bunch of healing items I need and wait out the blindness.
I need this.
Look well, Hikari.
Now it begins. Not this time.
Now I call my place.
Gain access to special skills that do not consume
My
SP.
What is this?
Squeeze me. Very powerful sword attack twice and then act again.
Out of my way, Ritsu.
Or should I save that for the break?
Hienka! You're dead! Prepare yourself. My blade sings.
Now it begins.
Out of my way, Ritsu. My spear does not err.
Nice.
From yellow to
I
dead.
still
Nice.
have much to learn.
Yeah, my instinct was to go for a sword attack because that's what he was weak to, but if weaknesses really don't matter after the break, then doing the attack that is a guaranteed crit.
By the Tempest, why does it always end the same? You're always one step
I end up
ahead.
dead after every fight.
What are you staring at? Finish this. Do it.
It's done. Hikari. You
Is
can't
Ritsu
deny the
dead?
blood flowing through your veins.
Also, everyone hears a voice in their
Soak
head.
the
It's like
ground red.
not good.
I mean, some of them, it's just like their inner voice.
Silence.
Hopefully.
Go away. Go away.
What? Who the hell are you talking to?
You go away. Oh, he did.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, all of this like confusion over should I kill Ritsu or not, and those two guys are just dead.
Yeah. Should I kill the man who means more to me after already having mercilessly slaughtered the men who did not mean anything to me?
My
Tsubame.
lord, you're safe.
It was intentional this time.
Yes. I know.
The soldiers set fire to the castle. I'm afraid the city
I
is...
don't really
Lord
understand
Hikari,
Mugen's
save our
reasoning
kingdom.
here for destroying the kingdom that he wanted
Only
to
your
take.
gentle
Yeah.
hands can guide us back.
I mean, I guess if he's planning to go forth and conquer, then he's not going to want to be tied to the Thinky Desert? I don't know. I'm getting some kind of, Genghis Khan from Mugen. I don't know if that's intentional.
Why? My allies. My friends. I will avenge them.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always
no
avenging.
Mercy for you, Mugen.
With your gentle hands. Stop talking about my gentle hands.
My soft, yaoi hands.
Go left. No, when you can.
You are old, Your Majesty. Frail, as is the nation you lead.
And naughty.
But worry not. By my hand shall its glory be restored.
Again.
Its strength. I must ask, why, Hikari? What could such a soft heart achieve?
Hikari has all the makings of a great king.
And what would those be?
A brute such as you would never understand.
Is Mugen Robot Santa?
And you do.
Since you looked up the voice actor?
The king
No.
threw down
Okay.
his sword and power, the trappings of peace.
Is it...
Everything you built.
Is it Travis
was only
Willingham?
an illusion.
Let me look it up again. I don't remember the
shall
name.
build a castle that will stand eternal, and your corpse shall be its cornerstone.
I'm
Not from its...
I'm less good at the identify the voice actor game than I used to be. Go left.
And down. Elise was going crazy looking for this chest.
Ooh.
And it's like not a bad thing to get.
Yeah.
The original Robot Santa is John Goodman, which is why I was pretty sure from the get-go it wasn't the same guy.
Okay, fair. Not sure John Goodman does a lot of JRPG voice acting.
Exactly. And then,
Fortifying nuts!
who'd you ask who it was? It's Jason Marnaka.
Jason Murnock. Okay, no, don't recognize the name at all. But it vaguely reminded me of Travis Willingham's Evil King from a old Fire Emblem game.
Done a lot of English dubs of anime. And it looks like he's played Megatron at least once.
Nice. That tracks.
Yes.
That got incredibly dark. Also, the names Oboro and Tsubame seem to pop up a lot in media by Japanese people doing Japanese culture, fantasy civilizations.
Father!
Hikari, will you lead our nation?
I mean, sure, but you're really not setting me up for success here, Dad.
I will be king. And I'll set Ku free of this bloodshed.
Mugen is too strong. You cannot hope to face him alone.
Perhaps with 7 friends
Run.
with whom
Gather
your first
your
initials
strength.
can spell.
Your allies. Only then can you restore the light to our nation.
His final words prove his weakness. That he would hoist his unfulfilled
Let us see who is
ambitions on
stronger.
the shoulders of another. Only I am fit to be king. And I shall see the fires
All right,
of
but
war
him
engulf
saying
the
Gaius
world.
lines keeps working, though.
Yeah! I mean, Gaius was not exactly a wholly original archetype either.
That was the same world that Father lived in his whole life. A world he regretted making. But he came to believe in my vision. A vision for a world not forged by war, but shaped by fellowship. Enjoy your grip on Ku while you can, Mugen. I'll take the throne back and build a country Father would have been proud of.
A coward like you.
And for now, oh yes.
Why, Mugen? Why did you set fire to the homes of innocents?
Somehow you've won their love. They might have opposed my rule after your untimely demise. Best to burn the roots of
This song was in the first game, wasn't it?
before they grow.
Maybe. Also, I think I missed that line the first time. That does actually explain why he's
Now
destroying his own
don't be a
kingdom.
fool.
Yeah.
Know your
I sort of
meager
figure we're
skills
going to
on
come
your
back to it in his
back
last chapter, and it's like rebuilt in his image.
Not to tarnish our family name. Don't die so shamefully, brother.
Mugen!
I am far too strong to face you and end this problem nipping it in the bud.
Right now. Oh!
Benkei!
It seems a rat got through the cracks in my wall.
Your Majesty, leave these curs to me. You hold the future of Ku in your hands.
Your gentle hands.
Your father chose to put his faith in
Soft,
you.
yowie
So
hands
shall I.
that I have experienced personally.
Don't worry. It'll take more than this gang of ruffians to take Benkei down.
You can say
Go,
me.
find your erstwhile allies and return to set us free.
The 7 schmucks that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
We actually did a portion of this with Spanish text, but English narration.
Oh,
And
nice.
there was an interesting part when you first meet Hikari where he's like, the text just says that he's on a quest, but the speech says that he's on a quest, but the text says, I'm looking for some old friends.
He's gone.
Which is just an interesting that the translation changed the meaning to be a little spoilery.
Yeah. He did say when we met up that I'm setting out on a journey to find some old friends.
Did you hear about what happened in Ku?
Did you hear what happened in Q?
Hey, you.
Seems the
Did you
young
hear
prince
about
wasn't
Ku?
satisfied with his lot and tried to take the throne by force.
Did you hear about the coup in Ku?
The king is dead, and the elder brother has assumed the throne.
How dreadful.
The coup of the Ku
Peace for so
clan
long.
and the kingdom of Ku. By the elder Ku.
Bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum.
My journey begins here.
Oh, the wind is up here, but only up here.
Yeah.
Gather your strength, your allies.
The desert saints are blowing in the same direction too, which is nice. It would have been very easy for them to go opposite directions.
I hope your mind is still keen as a blade, Kazan.
And your blade as keen as a mind.
You'll return soon, I promise.
I'm not soft like my hands.
Like my gentle hands.
And I won't be alone.
I actually thought we were going to look for the cool spear lady who I'm already in lesbians with. What?
It has to happen.
Yeah.
It just means you're starting with Kazan.
Yeah, but it's interesting because multiple other characters seem to have a choice of what to make their chapter to.
Hmm.
Who was your protagonist, by the way?
We started with Ochet.
Okay.
Well then, shall we depart?
All right. Pretty much anything you can do from here on is a spoiler for me, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go do other things.
Yeah.
But I'll leave the stream on so you can get a phantom viewer.
Thank you. Much appreciated. I'll catch you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. I probably could have stood to upgrade him a little bit. I have enough money. I'll get him a nameless sword. And a... Elevation's more crap, and I can afford that, so... Okay, seems good. Alrighty, where to next? We could... Partito. Right, Partito is right next door. So, as much as I would like to play with the new party member... Well met, traveler, to my extremely, extremely humble tavern. Challenge to a duel.
If I must. On your guard.
It is time for you to pick
Prepare
up
yourself.
abilities. That ability in particular, that seems really
Now
good.
it begins. Here I fight for my friends.
God. As someone who has been in love with Ike ever since 2005 from Fire Emblem, that line haunts my dreams.
My spear does not err. For the pride of Ku. You still have much to learn.
There's the line. Deals wind-based damage. I think that would be very cool to have. Alrighty. Let us head to... Right, I actually passed through Ors Rush on the way to Agnia. So I could just travel to Ors Rush. Oh, that's interesting that her second chapter is only level 7. But not until I picked up all 8.
Raise your weapon. On your guard. Prepare yourself.
The limb darkening on this is really heavy, holy shit.
Here I come. Allow me. Now! Prepare. I'll end this.
Did not kill him. Wow.
Now it begins.
This dude's strong.
My blade sings. My turn. My spear does not err.
This guy's very strong. This might have been a mistake.
My blade sings. I can still fight. What?
I probably could have used that extra turn to heal. I sort of figure if that didn't kill him, I should just take the L.
Failed you.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Got his ass beat. Oh man, I forgot he's like half the level of everyone else right now, so he's very much not at their level of strength yet. In need of a good joke. Man. Nut.
I'll take that.
Alrighty. What are you about, funny boy?
Oh, howdy there, friend. What can I help you with?
Oh, that's not an accent I was expecting.
Well now, you've got a special look about you. Well, I ain't never met someone as quiet like as you. You're sharp as a knife, and I guess it's twice as deadly. Lady Luck must be shining down on me.
I wonder if
'cause it
that's
ain't
different
every
depending
day
on
you
who your
meet someone
protagonist
like
is.
you. The folks around these parts call me Particio. I'm a merchant.
Oh,
I'm getting
Particio,
ready to
okay.
hit that dusty trail. You see, I've got big plans and big ideas. Too big to handle alone. I was hoping I'd find a dependable sort like you to accompany me on my travels. You really mean it? Thanks, partner. Particio at your service. I'm the man who's gonna save the world from the devil they call poverty.
Interesting. You see, it all began when I was a wee lad. Oh, here are the Western vibes.
What do you think, Particio? What do we do with this land?
What do you mean, what? There ain't scratch here.
That's exactly why I'm asking, little chickadee. It's a blank slate. It can be whatever we make of it. Long as we got the skill and gumption anyhow.
Wow, Pops. You sure got away with words.
I know, son. Swipe that line if you want.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Even ain't right. A real merchant doesn't filch what they want. And they buy it.
That's
Awkward protagonist to
fine
have
words.
chosen
You do me
to hear that line.
Oh, I had an idea. If it was up to me, I'd split this whole plot with all our friends. And that way, we could all settle it together.
I like how you think, chickadee.
Honestly,
that'd make
not
everyone
far off
happier
from
than
what
hens in a
my ideal would be.
Yeah, smart, huh?
A fine idea, but we can't forget our business interests here. This land is an asset. We bought the deed to it fair and square from its former owner. If we want to divvy it up, Particio, we can't just give it away for free.
Aw, come on now, Mr. Rock. No need to be stingy.
If we have the resources, we should
We're
be
here
able to
'cause we heard
distribute
there
them
was
fairly
silver
to everybody.
found in these hills.
Right? I'm a
Rock and us
communist.
pooled our money and bought the rights to these lands.
That we did.
Rumor was you couldn't take a step without tripping over silver ore. This is no time to be oohing and ahhing, chickadee. You want to be a merchant too, right? Then take these leaves and go buy us some silver.
Gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
A merchant cultivates a discerning eye through knowledge and experience. That means hands-on training is more precious than gold.
Yes, sir, Mr. Rock. I'll go buy some silver then. Lickety split.
Good boy. Negotiate a good price and show us your business acumen.
Baby! Little baby man! I gotta say though, Little Chickadee, not a young nickname I usually hear for little boys. Ka-ching! I will carry this herb of healing with me 16 years into the future! can get without those, I think.
Thank you, Cap.
Oh there, what if I bought you stone and your dubious silver nugget? Little baby man. Little baby man.
Hey
Isn't that
there,
right, Lily?
Particio.
Isn't he a little baby
Managed to
man?
buy any silver?
Little baby man.
Sure did. Here, this is it, right?
Give it here. Whoa, now. This is some fine quality ore.
Is it now? It said it was dubious
I
right
bet
there in
we
my
can earn a
inventory.
bundle off this. Good work, son.
Bundle of what? Yeah!
We sold off all but a roof over our head to start this business. It's a gamble, that's for sure.
But one well worth it, Pep. The global economy is beginning to adopt a standardized silver leaf to serve as the basis for commerce. We're entering the age of silver. Mark my words.
Really?
We're well positioned to earn a fortune.
Leaves are that recent, huh?
Right. We rise and shine early tomorrow to get digging for silver.
Woo-hoo! I can't wait to get started, pups!
We're gonna strike it rich, chickadee.
What's that, Lily? Ooh! Montage! What's up, Lily? Did you notice the window was open? Did somebody outside make a noise that was vaguely offensive? Wow! That's a cool transition.
Hey-o! Step right up! Today's haul, freshly plucked from the soil, 100% pure high-quality ore.
Rumors about the quality of this town's silver drew me here to make a deal. But what real guarantee can a youngling like you offer me on its value?
Hey, looks can be deceiving, my fine friend. I've been doing this for 8 years now, and I know my stuff. Purity is the only means by which you can assess silver's ore quality. Take a look at the sheen on this rock. See the luster, that sparkle? Why, this is the finest you'll find in the land. It's even used in old King Dudley's crown.
I'm looking up the voice actors because I'm curious now.
Impressive.
Bidding starts at 10,000 leaves. Let me hear some numbers, folks.
400,000 leaves.
Jesus. Buddy.
800,000.
Buddies. Wow, wow.
1,600,000.
I don't think you need to go that high right from the start.
1,800,000 leaves.
We've got 1.8. Any other bidders?
Holy moly.
Sold for 1,800,000 leaves. Much appreciated, friend. Go on, take it. You won't regret this. I guarantee.
That is indeed high-quality silver.
I hear these merchants built this silver operation themselves. In just 8 years, they turned this town into one of the continent's most plentiful sources of silver.
That youngling's got potential. He possesses a discerning eye. But more than that, he's deft at reading people's hearts. He'll be a fine merchant one day.
He's only 16, too. Soon he'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Jazz Patrick. Is Cartesio.
On to our next nugget. Let's get the bidding started.
Yeah, largely people I don't recognize, except for Erica Mendez, who's Throne, and Xantha Pine. I think that's how you pronounce it, as Agnia. Ikari does look like he's voiced by a Chinese actor, which is cool. And Alejandro Saab as Oswald, that's cool. Anyway, neat. Obtained earnings. I only have 628 to my name. But right here, these earnings.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, I definitely need something better than handmade shit. A little bit of upgrading is necessary. I carry things. I carry lots of things. So it's 8? I have 0 frame of reference for how old he is.
Thank you.
Looked like he was in his late 20s or 30s.
Hey there, Pops. I sold a bundle today, like always.
That's my boy. Good work. You've grown since we settled here. The town has too.
We're only gonna keep on growing, Pops.
You bet. This town's gonna be something. Just gotta keep on digging up more silver and making a killing. And of course, use the profits to do right by everyone in town.
You betcha, Pops. We'll do it together.
Particio! We've got trouble. That gang's stirring up mischief at the mine again.
They're back, huh? Go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Protecting our mine's vital, but keep the violence to a minimum. You hear me?
That's a deal I can't make, Pops. I'm gonna go arouse the town, gather a posse. Whoever's willing to come.
Hey! Just don't do anything risky, you hear? Dang, boy, he's already gone.
Okay. I think what's throwing me off is that there are a lot more path actions that can do the same thing as old actions, but they consume money or items this time. I think that's what's throwing me off. Right, yeah. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll probably use the opportunity to get a drink. Use the opportunity to get a drink. She says use her water bottle. Yet. We have returned. Well, this is awkward. I think Oh, I'm gonna have to sell this in order to proceed. You probably did that a long time ago. Canonically. Okay, I could have hired anyone, but only one needed. You love the double save combo?
Howdy there, friend. Here goes. It's your shift now, friend. Bring it on.
I think I got the spear. Noise.
All in a day's work.
That's a very goofy pose. I did not get the spear. I got the bow. My ADHDS can't remember what I get. Hello, bossy.
Seems like you're all ready and raring to go.
You look just as raring as any of us, boss.
You bet I am. That lousy gang's really got my hackles up. The more we have, the more they try and take away. Those ruffians got the nose for coin, if nothing else. They're here to take what we worked hard to make, so no holding back.
Yeah, they're good-for-nothing thieves. Let's get them good, boss.
New face, ain't you? I'm counting on you to watch our backs.
And not stab us in
Take
it.
this. Think of it as a down payment.
And don't run off with it.
Ooh, the boss is doling it out again.
You'd really give coin to a stranger you just met, Particio?
Of course I would. Folk gotta help each other out if they want to make it in this world.
Strange to think the Wild Stallion's got a soft side.
And they call him that because
no one
he
can beat Particio the Wild Stallion.
rears like a...
Too quick by half to let go of his leaves, though.
I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm gonna stop.
Quiet back there. Stop the muttering.
Trouble brewing in the ranks, bucko?
I knew you'd show up, Gif. Kind of you to worry about my posse.
Hand over your coin. You're making a tidy profit, aren't you?
We do honest work in our town, and we get honest pay for it. That's why it gets my goat that you scoundrels think you can waltz in here and steal what we shed sweat and blood for. Why not try some honest work for a change? It feels good.
Yeah! Give up being rascals and work like the rest of us!
Laborers, all the same. Come on, boys, take them down. This world's about taking, and we're gonna be the takers. Yeah!
That rat. He needs someone to cool him down. Listen up, fellas. We can't let this bunch of scoundrels beat us. Double pay for anyone who distinguishes themselves. Let's get to work.
That's our boss. Generous as always.
Come on! Let's get him! Hey, the customer. I'm just getting warmed up.
Ooh, nice background detail.
It's your shift now, friend. Bring it on.
The more damage you deal, the more JP you receive. Interesting.
Arrow of fortune. Felt that, didn't you? Yeehaw! Arrow of fortune. Got it. Maybe next time. Ha! Not so tough after all, huh?
Damn! Don't think you'll get away with this.
Right. None of that cliche hogwash now.
Retreat! We're getting out of here!
Ha! And stay gone, you lily-livered lowlives! We did it, boss!
Ooh, Lily, speaking of lily-livered, Lily did not like that pattern.
Yeah! What a victory! Y'all did good, fellas.
So what do y'all say we go and have ourselves a celebration?
I say, let's make it a big one.
You hear that, everyone? Food and drinks on Partitio!
Woo! That's our boss. Generous as always.
Hold your horses. I didn't say nothing about buying anyone.
But we know you will.
Come on, boss. Hurry it up.
Hey, I said it.
You're what? I think my ears are deceiving me. Say that again, Rock.
For the benefit of the audience.
They just came in. For good.
That joke ain't funny, partner. We built this place together. This silver mine is what it is today because of us. Both of us.
Oh my god, she turned down the brightness.
Right when we're about to grow it even bigger, you hightail it out of here? Why?
Capitalism is a stormy sea, my friend. Its waves rise and fall, and its tides ebb and flow. Fortune has favored us, and a high tide has graced our town. However, the tides are always changing, Pap.
What about our people? The ones who followed us here?
I'll leave you with one word of warning. You do recall the contract we signed when we bought this land 8 years ago? It has one crucial flaw.
That I wrote into it.
What's that?
I'm sure you'll find out soon enough.
Hey, partner, wait!
The tide's ebbing away from this town, Pap. Goodbye.
Are silver leaves like gonna be replaced with golden leaves or something?
I think I ate more than I could stomach. This town's gonna get even bigger. All of us are working hard to make it so. Oh, Mr. Rock. Heading home early today, huh?
Heading home permanently.
Patricio, may I have a word with you? Patricio, I'm leaving this town.
Huh?
I won't mince words. This silver mine's days are numbered. Silver is being mined worldwide now, and it is the commodity's destiny to slowly devalue. I'm washing my hands of the precious metals trade and traveling to the eastern continent.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Mr. Rock.
You gonna tell us about the
East
flaw
is
in the
rich
contract?
and prosperous, a land abundant with promising wares. Have you heard of something called a steam engine?
Ooh, we're heading into
It is a
steampunk
revolutionary
territory.
device that uses energy derived from steam to provide unprecedented power. We're entering the age of steam, Patricio. I'm certain of it. Look at yourself in a mirror. You'll see eyes sparkling with excitement. You have the spirit of a true capitalist. A golden opportunity like this has your blood pumping.
Thanks for the compliment.
There's a reason we found you in Ores Rush
Patricio?
8 years later.
I want you to come with me. I want your talent, your drive, your charisma. You possess a rare talent. I've traveled the world over and met few your equal.
He also has compassion for his fellow man, and therefore can he truly be
and join me on an exciting new venture? Together we can amass a fortune that would be the envy of the world.
Does he want to be envied? How much of a
Wow,
true
Mr. Rock.
capitalist are
I
you?
was thinking 10 moves ahead. I admire you more than any other merchant. But I can't go with you. Right now, all I want is to stay and work hard with the folks here in town. I'm real sorry, Mr. Rock.
Patricio, that sparkle in your eye tells me what's really in your heart. Your gaze is on the horizon, your spirit dancing at the thought of the potential business opportunities out there for you. I see your mind is made up. A shame. Truly a shame. It saddens me to think of your talents withering along with this town. Goodbye, Patricio.
Mr. Rock.
Montage! Oh no. Oh no. His dad got Rebo manned. What a fancy lad.
Here you go, Pops. My special beef and veggie stir-fry surprise.
Oh, boy. Smells delicious. Hang on, Particio. There's no beef in here. So you wouldn't really call it beef and veggie stir-fry surprise, now would you?
No, you see.
I can when we're broke. We can't afford beef.
The surprise is there's no beef.
Fill up on the name, if nothing else. Please?
Honestly thought that was the joke they were going to go with.
Times are tough, huh? We dig and dig, pull up all the silver we can sell, and it only gets us enough coin for table scraps. That contract I signed, biggest mistake I ever made. The original owner of this plot of land retains the right to buy it back at any time they so please. I can't believe I didn't notice that fine print when I signed the darn thing.
Read your damn
That
contract.
landowner let us do all the hard work building this place up, and then snatched the whole thing back once the silver started taking off. Since then, all the profits from the silver we mine get sucked up by that leech of a landowner. I ended up pushing myself so hard trying to turn a profit, I drove myself into the sick bed.
Eat my share, Pops. Merchant's health is the seed capital, and you need all you can get.
Fine words. When'd you get so eloquent, Chickadee?
I really hope Particio's chapter
We're out of
1
medicine,
is
too.
him just getting to stab the
Hold on,
landlord in the
Pops.
back.
I'll go buy you some more pharmaceuticals.
I'm sorry, son. It's me that's keeping you tied to this mess of a place.
He has very cool sprite work. With the jacket, especially.
What?
Silver coin not for sale.
What? Thank you, much appreciated.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I paid double for that stone. It'd be out. You know what this is giving me vibes of? Since it's a western town and a JRPG? Particularly one built around mining? Wild Arms 2. Pretty sure 2 was the one that had the mining town. Oh, interesting.
Thank you kindly.
She's from Cassie's story. Seem to directly know Cassie, despite Cassie having total amnesia. Very interested to see how that turns out.
Howdy there, fellas. Getting on well?
Boss, got any work for us?
None of us have had a job for days. We can't even afford a decent meal.
This town's done for. We've lost everything. I gotta
Frickin'
find a way
landlords.
to make this last measly crust of bread keep me going.
Hey, boss. You got a job for me? Any job?
Sorry, I want to hire you, but I don't got the leaves. It's hard to make a living with that silver mine now. The landowners' laws are squeezing us dry.
Damn. What are we supposed to...
Harry, that's my crust. Give it back.
Shut up! I'm taking it! I've got mouths to feed too!
That's enough. Here, y'all split my bread. It ain't much, but it'll tide you over.
Boss,
Damn. Sorry, Harry. Sorry, Nikki. It's my fault you're suffering. If only I could make things better. If only I could look out for you. Never imagined it'd end up like this. I never knew what a devil poverty was, or how much pain it could bring.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure out something to do for work.
boss, it's not your fault.
There's one very explicit person we can blame, it sounds like.
You're pathetic. Look at you cry. Now stop with the waterworks and pony up the leaves, bucko.
Gif, as if today couldn't get any worse. Smart of you to toady up to that leech of a landowner.
The most important thing in life is figuring out whose side to take, bucko. You haven't forgotten that contract from 16 years back now, have you? A merchant like you should understand the power.
Do you just carry that around with you to flaunt when you want?
What do you want, Gif?
I got a message from our benevolent landowner. Tax on silver's going up. Lucky you. A lot of competition in the silver trade lately. Ore prices are going down, down, down. Hurts the boss's kindly old heart to do this, but times are tough.
You think we'll stand for that? You ain't getting another leaf out of us.
Yeah, we're all struggling just to eat.
Getting rebellious, eh?
But also hungry. And
In
weak.
this world, there are those who squeeze and those who get squeezed. You idiots are the latter. You're nothing but lemons to me. Your job is to get squeezed into lemonade.
You...
Though none of you can afford to buy lemons anymore, can you? Listen up, bucko. Next time I come to collect, I'm taking a bigger cut.
Squirrel.
Boss. Damn it!
Hey, Pops. I'm back.
Something happened? I've never seen you look so dispirited.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Particio, I won't pretend to know what's got you down, but here's a word of advice. Why not just
Rise up, all you have.
do whatever it is you want to do?
All you have to lose is your chains.
You'll never lose if you never try, son. But you'll never win either.
Huh. That settles it. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a cate's whisker, Pops. Thanks for the advice.
Kid's face lit up like a miner's lantern.
Voice acting in this chapter has been particularly good.
It's all over for us.
They're gonna squeeze us until we're dry as the desert sand.
Fellas, listen up. You wanted a job, and I got one for you. Let's send those leeches packing.
You mean it?
I've been holding back ever since they took our deed away from us. We've all suffered in silence. Now, well, I've finally understood. That dastard landowner, well, only thing on their mind is how to grow rich and fat off our toils. They don't care a whit about what happens to us or our town. That's why we gotta take it back, and our lives with it.
I'm with you, boss. This is our town. We'll fight for it.
Thanks, fellas. Now that that's settled, let's hustle on over to that Snake Gifts place.
Yeah!
Underlings, positive.
Let's get to work.
Can only hide. Yeah, okay. Holy shit! Girl, we need you to come with us. You could probably single-handedly destroy the landlord for us.
Howdy there, friend. I'm just getting warmed up. Bring it on.
More damage you deal, more JP received.
Arrow of fortune.
Still not that much.
Time to divvy up the earnings.
I wonder if that's based on HP remaining, though. Have I still not? Yeah. Ooh, he has the fire spell. Interesting. Must mean Scholar must not have access to fire. Maybe they have wind this time.
The customer. Yeehaw! Take this. Bring it. Arrow of fortune.
I mean, it's 3 extra, though. I presume that's in addition to the 6. Unless it isn't, unless that reading also takes into account the Arrow of Fortune.
Let's have ourselves a showdown.
God damn it.
Yeehaw! It's your shift now, friend. Go down. Here goes. Go down. Yeehaw! Arrow of fortune. Time to divvy up
It
the
might be based off of HP remaining. Wow, dude.
Hey, the customer.
Oh,
I'm
really?
just getting warmed up.
Oh. One more. She's not gonna be there. Yeah. Okay. Doug, the second.
Yeehaw! Nice. Here goes.
I really like how willing Bertuccio is to get into a scrap.
Bring it. Yeehaw! Let's do it. Arrow of fortune. All in a day's work.
Collect. I think he needs elemental coverage.
Howdy there, friend. Here goes. Hot, ain't it? Felt that, didn't you? Arrow of fortune. To it. Time to divvy up the earnings.
Did I knock it up?
Let's have ourselves a showdown. Here goes.
I'm kind of running to intentionally juke up the encounter rate because
I ain't one for holding back.
because of the experience I had with Basti, where I felt like I just did not encounter enough
Bring it on.
in order to like stand up to the boss properly.
Arrow of fortune. Got it. I'm just getting warmed up. It's your shift now, friend. Go down.
Oh man.
Here goes. Take this. Go down. Maybe next time.
Nice. Nope, came from there.
Hey, a customer. Bring it on.
I feel like I made that exact mistake in the last fight. Silly me.
I'm Arrow of fortune. To it. Time to divvy up the earnings.
Oh, the worker's jacket was the upgrade. Ooh, nice! I couldn't remember if I had picked up one of the buddies with a merchant ability. Alrighty, let's beat up the landlords!
Did you see the tears on that fool's face earlier?
You said it, Giff.
Excuse me, Giff.
Huh? Look who it is. I'm moved. I am. Came to give me what you owe me early?
Huh. Something like that. Here, a coin made from our silver.
One measly leaf? You trying to insult me?
You're the one insulting it, you rotten scoundrel. Every fortune's made from a pile of these. The little guys, Treat one with contempt and you'll lose them all. That goes for money and for people.
What a joke.
We've made up our minds, Gif. We're taking our town back.
You? A third-rate merchant from the sticks? You're just as stupid as your father.
What did you say?
The original owner of this plot of land retains the right to buy it back at any time they so please. That bit of fine print wasn't even in the original contract. The landowner slipped it in at a later date, all quiet-like. Your gullible idiot of a father never even noticed.
I'm pretty sure that's breach of
Thanks to
contract.
you, we've lived fat off the hog. Earned ourselves a mine and a bunch of fool miners for next to nothing.
You're dirty through and through.
He's got some electric guitar.
Cops and stole everything from us.
Yeah, well, too bad. This world, see? It's made so that people with smarts, like me, we win.
Guess what? We're in here now.
You've done it. You really got my
With a knife, a spear, and a bow and
Get
arrow.
ready, Gif. Because we're taking our town back from your dirty mitts. Let's tussle, Gif.
Oh my god, his desk is part of his sprite. That's incredible.
It's your ship now, friend.
Let's do it.
Here goes.
Go down.
Artesia could use a speed freeze, I think.
Bring it on. Take this. How's that? I'm just getting warmed up.
Joe pulling his weight.
Hot, ain't it?
Gonna set your place on fire.
Yeehaw!
You didn't hit the mark.
Bring it on. I'm just getting warm. Arrow of fortune.
Ooh.
Bring it on. It's your ship now, friend.
Go down.
Yeehaw!
Go down.
I'll squeeze you dry.
I'm just getting warmed up.
I don't know how much to trust that.
I'll pound you into lemonade.
Holy shit, Joe!
I'm just getting warmed up.
Go down.
Well, he took the hit for me.
Arrow of fortune. Come on, that all you got?
Can't believe trash like you was giving me trouble.
It's almost like trash like him was raised in the mines.
Hey, morons! Stop slacking off! Get over here and finish this fool!
Now you call for help? Fine by me. I'll take you all on. Bring it on.
I really like
It's
Particios.
your ship now, friend.
I really like the cut of Particios, Chip.
I'm just getting warmed up. Hot, eh?
Let's do it.
Nice, thank you.
Good effort.
Rotten little.
Yeehaw! Hoo boy!
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Here goes.
Oh, I didn't even get to use this latent power. And that was an overkill. He had, like, nothing left.
Well now, made your peace?
Wait! Spare my life! If it's money you want, I got it! Loads of it! See?
Whoa there. Silver. So this is where you've been hiding all the coin you swiped from us.
We can rebuild our town with this.
You won't blame me, right? I was just following orders.
That's so. Then fetch your boss. I'd like to have a word.
I can't do that. No one's ever met him.
Huh. Come to think of it, Pop said he handled the contract and all the negotiations by post. Neither me nor Pop's ever had a face-to-face. So, Gif, who is this landowner anyway?
You can't make me talk! It'll be my hide if I do!
Too bad for you. It'll be your hide if you don't.
Also, either way, I'm gonna check you out the window.
Rock brilliant. The tycoon himself.
Well, shit.
What? Mr. Rock? But why?
The man's got a ruthless mind for business. This was his plan all along.
Oh, now it's personal.
You're lying.
Even more personal.
This has to be some mistake. I'm sure of it. Mr. Rock could never do that to us. He wouldn't.
Anyway, you're going out the window.
When was the last time the store shelves were so well stocked?
Life's returning to our little town.
Little town, just a quiet village.
Hey, Greenhorn, hurry up and move this material.
Yes, sir!
Nice.
We're gonna work you hard until you pay off your debt, you hear?
You know what? Sure.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Particio, sir.
I would have preferred the defenestration, but that's still a good fate for him.
Pops, you fine to be walking around?
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm too busy to be dead. I'm distributing the wealth stolen from us back to the townsfolk. And Life's starting to come back to our town.
It sure is. Oh, I almost forgot. I made arrangements to get the materials you wanted.
Woo, you're a lifesaver. Hey, Particio. Can we have a talk?
Uh-huh. We're talking now, ain't we?
Just be quiet and follow me for a spell, will you? It's been 16 years since we settled here. We started from nothing and had our fair share of ups and downs.
Yeah, you could say that again. Pops, Mr. Rock, he...
I don't give a hoot about Rock no more, son. He left us in the lurch. I don't ever want to see his face again. Listen, I want you to look to the horizon. You've got a bright future ahead of you. You're gonna be something, if I reckon right. Something too big for this little town to contain, even if it wanted to.
Pops?
Don't worry about us anymore. We can get along just fine without you.
Boss! Particio!
Boss!
You've got too much potential for our little town. It'd just go to waste here.
Our little town, our quiet village.
I want you to hit that dusty trail already. Get along, little chickadee.
This town's my home. I grew up here. But to be honest, as the day is long, I've wanted to see the world for a while now. Ever since Mr. Rock took off and left us. I don't regret staying here, not for an instant. But now, well, I know how painful poverty can be.
Boss.
We managed to weather our troubles here, even if just barely. But somewhere out there, I know there's folks suffering just as much as we did, or worse. I want to do what I can for them. Use my talents to make the world a better place.
And the
Being
first
a
thing we'll
merchant
do
ain't just about making bundles of
is
leaves.
shank all the landlords.
It's the reason why that matters. I'm proud of you, son.
I really enjoyed this one.
Pops.
I also enjoyed that Particio seems to have the electric guitar mode.
You're a
leitmotif.
full-fledged, bona fide merchant. Go on. Help others like you helped us. Bring prosperity to all those troubled folks out there.
Ooh, and sex.
And show up that Rockefeller while you're at it. Get along now, Particio. We'll see to the town while you're gone.
Yeah! We'll keep it safe and sound. Don't worry about us, boss. Boss, take care out there.
Fellas.
I'm really digging this
You all
thing.
say
Damn.
so. I got no choice now, do I? I'm hitting the road. I'll be back once I eliminate that devil called poverty from the world.
I really enjoyed that. I think I'm gonna like Particio a lot.
I'm looking forward to sharing a campfire with you.
I'm a communist. Sadly, I think we're going to have to ditch Temenos. Get these two up. Here's a meme I saw on Tumblr of Temenos. It's an old trans meme, but Temenos says, my top surgery went really well. Androne says, that's great, my bottom surgery is next week. And they both say, I can't believe we're both goth and trans. Then Partitio's at the bottom and says, I'm a communist. Very much the vibes I'm getting from all of them. But yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic trans joke that I enjoy a lot. Oh, well.
Raise your weapon. On your guard.
I will now beat up your sickly father, Particio. Your recovering sickly father. Oh wow, that's...
What is this? I need this. Now it begins. My blade sings. My blade. I fight for my friends. I still
Sickly
have
father
much to learn.
defeated.
You still have much to learn.
There it is.
I look forward.
Okay. 3 hours, but I do want to keep going. I'm not as tired as I was at this point yesterday. That's it. I'm going to stretch, use the bathroom, another drink, and then we'll continue with Oswald, who should be the last one.